Welcome Golden Eagles to week 2 of our individual skills training. We're still in lockdown and we still need to work on our game. Hopefully you enjoyed week 1 and you were able to go through the program at least a couple times and track your completed drills and your attempted and made shots. As I've mentioned before, we want to make sure we can measure our activity and hopefully we see a progression in a positive direction and you get better with time. Today we are going to start with stationary, which is in place dribbling as opposed to moving as we did last week. It is okay to look down at the ball when you start, okay, so to get a feel for the drill, so you understand where that ball is bouncing, where your hands are. But once you got that figured out and it feels comfortable, try to creep your eyes upwards, okay, ahead of you, so you can see when in a game, so you can see what's happening ahead of you instead of dribbling with your head down. And you'll notice sometimes when I start the drill too, I look down, make sure I'm doing everything okay, and then I put my head up, okay? So the first thing we're doing are crosses, then we're gonna go through the legs, behind the back. And you're gonna do that for 30 seconds, each of those particular dribbles for a total of 2 minutes. Nice and low, head up as quickly as you can. Okay, you're gonna do that for 30 seconds, then you're gonna put your left leg forward. Again, create a window here for that ball to go through, and you're just gonna go back and forth as quickly as you can. That ball should not be going very high off the ground. In one hand and back to the other. And you'll notice probably, like I'm noticing now, you're gonna have a weaker hand and a stronger hand. So make sure you put extra work on that weaker hand when you have the chance to do that to get a little bit more improved and a little bit more confident with that dribbling. And the last one is behind the back. This one's kind of tough to do it very fast to begin with, but with practice you'll get better. Okay, next you're gonna do one hand dribble. You're gonna put it through your legs. You're gonna catch it with the other hand and bring it back out front and through your legs. 30 seconds right hand, 30 seconds left. Okay, there you go. For you younger players, that might be a challenge to get that ball all the way from back here and then back in front. So what you can do is you can take an extra dribble. On the side, here. Okay, so that dribble's kind of right where your foot is. Last one, and this one's kind of intended to be a little bit more fun, but also to get you moving quite a bit. So we're gonna do these scissors. I'm gonna call them scissor crosses. You're gonna put the ball through your legs, and then you're gonna switch your stance. And this one, you're gonna go for 60 seconds. If you lose the dribble, ball rolls away, that's fine. Just grab it, continue on, okay? Okay, after we complete our first dribble series, we're gonna go into our form shots. You see the 5 cones set up, 2 on the baseline, 2 on the low block. Those are for bank shots, and 1 in front of the basket that we're trying to swish. The difference this week is we're now gonna introduce that guide hand, okay? But we're not gonna put it on the ball yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have it right beside the ball, about an inch away, and you want that hand to be straight, okay? And you're gonna do everything the same in terms of keeping your balance. Your legs should be shoulder width apart, elbow underneath the ball, eyes on the target, and follow through. But again, we're just gonna have that guide hand beside the ball, make sure it doesn't touch. Now coming back with my non-dominant hand. For me, that's my left hand. Okay, so before you move to your non-dominant form shots, so after you've shot 25 with your strong hand, we're gonna do a cardio drill. It's actually intended to be a jumping drill as well, called hurdles in a square. It's kind of a diamond the way I have it set up right now, but it works just the same. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna jump in this middle with 2 feet. You're gonna jump out with 2 feet, but land with 1. You're gonna jump back in with 2, jump back out, land on 1, jump back in, land with 2, explode out. Okay, so I'll show you. So that's 1, and I want you to do that 4 times. After that, you're going to do 10 free throws. Remember the 3 things we talked about free throw shooting? Lining up your foot, cutting that basket in half, having a routine, exhaling before you shoot. The next thing we're going to do is an in and out dribble. And again, you're going to do this at the beginning in a stationary position for the first minute. And you're going to go 30 seconds right hand, 30 seconds left hand for a total of a minute. And then you're going to do another minute moving forward and moving backwards, okay? So what you want to do here is you want to bring that ball towards the middle and back out. You want to try to do that as quickly as you can. Nice and low. In and out, in and out, in and out. Make sure that you don't put your hand underneath the ball. It's going to be a carry. Right? So we're going like this. Okay, and same thing with your left hand. Bring it into the middle and outside, into the middle and outside, into the middle and outside. Okay, and then we're going to do it on the move. Same thing coming back. And left hand. Same thing coming back. Okay, after you complete your in and out dribble, we're going to work on a one-hand manipulation dribble. And it's going to be a dribble that you're going to just use one hand the whole time, right hand then left hand. It's going to go through your legs. You're going to take a dribble kind of in front of your foot, back towards the middle, and then through your legs again. So it's kind of 3 steps to the dribble. It looks a little bit like this. Okay, so you get the idea. Kind of on the side of your foot, in the middle and through, catch it, side of the foot, in the middle and through, side of your foot, in the middle and through, side of your foot, in the middle and through, okay? And of course, as you get comfortable with it, try to go a little bit quicker. Okay, the last part of your dribble series 2 is a drop with a dribble, okay? So the basic drop is this sort of motion, like we did on the scissor crossovers. But now we're going to introduce the dribble. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then on the third one, we're going to change our position. We're going to go same hand, same foot for now, or same leg for now. Then of course, we're going to do the same thing on the left side. And this is intended to be stationary. So you can go 1 minute on your right, 1 minute on your left. And it looks a little bit something like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now left. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What you're trying to simulate here is being able to go past somebody off the dribble. When you get that advantage or you get that step, you want to be able to explode out of there. So we're just getting low, dropping, and pretending like we're going to go forward. Okay, so that's it for dribble series number 2. Okay, after we complete our second dribble series, we're going to go into layups, and we're going to work on the Mikan drill. It's a very popular, well-known drill. I'm not sure if it's designed or created by George Mikan himself, and it really is intended to focus on proper footwork and proper hand finish around the basket. And there are tons of variations of it. We're going to start with the traditional one where you're taking your 2 steps on the right side, right, left, finishing with your right hand, left, right, finishing with your left hand. When you finish, try to finish as high as you possibly can with that ball. Don't do finger rolls down here. Don't take shots from your shoulders. Try to finish nice and high. And the other thing is to drive that leg, that knee. It's going to be same knee, same elbow, as high as you can, okay? I'm going to show it to you. Some of you that are experienced with it, you know the drill, and you know that kind of once you get in a rhythm, it can work pretty easily. You take your 2 steps and you go. Okay, so we're going to start with the traditional one. You want to start facing one direction. So I'm going to face right, and I'm going to talk out my steps as I do it. So I'm going to go right, left, and my rebound, left, right, rebound, right, left, rebound, left, right. get the rebound, right, left, get the rebound, left, right. Okay, that is the mic and drill. A few keys, again, drive that leg, and if you can, try to keep that ball nice and high, and don't let it hit the ground after you've taken your shot. Try to catch it high, try to finish high. After your traditional mic-ins, you're going to shoot 10 free throws. So now we've done the traditional mic-ins. Now we're going to move to reverse mic-ins, and those are going to be done right underneath the basket. And your steps stay the same. Your hand, in terms of finishing, stays the same. But now you got to put spin on the ball, and the spin's going to be a little bit different. Right, left, left, right, right, left. Left, right, right, left, left, right. Okay, now we're going to move to in the paint shots, and hopefully you can see I have a triangle set up here with my cones. It's probably, again, a little bit closer than it should be, but that's perfectly fine. We're not working on long range shots. We're working on shots in the paint that hopefully you're going to have a high percentage of making. And this drill is actually intended to focus on our footwork, where we are spinning the ball out. We're going to catch it now with one foot, okay? And we're going to pivot right with that foot that we catch it towards the basket and shoot a shot, okay? And you're going to shoot 20, 10 going each way, and I, again, suggest you alternate between going to your right and going to your left, okay? Because it's going to require that you pivot with a different foot or different leg. Now, when you're going, so I'm going to face the basket. When I'm going to my right, I'm going to want to catch that ball with the foot or the leg closest to the basket. So your inside foot, your inside pivot. And then you're going to pivot around, square up, and like we did last week, jump straight up and straight down on your jump shot. Okay, nice high follow through. And when you're going to your left, you're now going to pivot on your inside foot, which is going to be your right. Swing that other leg around, square up, and shoot the shot. Okay, so you get the idea there. And actually, what I want you to envision when you're going to catch that ball after you spin the ball out is that there's a teammate in the corner there that is about to give you that pass right inside the paint, right near the elbow. And you're going to catch that ball, you're going to pivot, you're going to fire. Part of that is having a shooter's mentality, knowing that, listen, when I get that ball and I'm open, I'm going to shoot that ball because I'm prepared, I've practiced it, I'm going to make it. All right, last but not least, we're going to conclude with a fun trick shot, and it is a shot over the backboard, kind of from the baseline area. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. It's intended to be fun. You can practice for a few minutes before you do them for count. And when you do them for count, you're going to do 5 on one side of the basket, 5 on the other side. The reason I like this, aside from it being fun, is it forces you to put a good amount of arc on your shot. Otherwise, if there's no arc on your shot, that ball's not going in, right? You got to get it over the backboard and then straight into the basket. So let me demonstrate. Have some fun with it, enjoy it. That's a wrap for week 2. Again, make sure you're staying safe. Remember, we fight as one and we fight on, and hopefully get through this pandemic and get back on the courts and start playing the game that we all love. See you guys next week.